What's up, everybody out there? I want to say thank you for clicking that thumbnail over here at Pepe La View. I appreciate it. Where we're talking about R&B divas. Yes, welcome you, new viewers, you returning viewers, and you subscribers. And while you're at it, new viewers and returning viewers, go ahead on and become subscribers over here. And everybody, hit the like button and leave comments. Again, we're participating over here, okay? I'm talking, and I want to know what you think about these topics as well. And I don't know this one here. I might ruffle a few feathers. I just might. If I do, it is what it is, because I try to let the meditation of my heart and the words of my mouth be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my redeemer. I try. You know what I'm saying? Like, I try to over here to make sure that things are decent and in order. I do. I try to present things with my kind of way of thinking. I'm not necessarily saying I'm right, but I do hold strong in my opinion or my point of view about it. How about that? My point of view about it. But I can easily be swayed. I can. That's why I encourage dialogue. I don't know everything, but what I do know, I do know. Right? And so this here might ruffle a few feathers. Let's talk. So there I am on social media, strolling down, and I come across a post. And the post is an article that says something like Diana Ross is snubbed again at the Grammys for in a major category. Like, she doesn't win again. Now, we can go down a list of artists who have been nominated but never received the Grammy. Okay. And at the top of my head, we all know about that NDRE situation, and I think it was Alicia Keys that she lost to, because, I mean, think about it. Were you really going to compete with Alicia Keys that year? She has Clive Davis backing her up. It is what it is. We're not discussing anything like that. It's just what it is. In Vogue, several Grammy nominations, no wins. Vanessa Williams, unless she's won recently, and I don't know anything about it. But Vanessa Williams, several nominations, no win. I'm just trying to pause there for a second so I can get back to where I was going. Now, you do recall that, well, maybe you don't. With Toni Braxton in the early 90s, when she was going through her bankruptcy, this is public information. When she was going through her bankruptcy, and she was on the Oprah Winfrey Show. Now, you might not recall this, but it could be on YouTube. Could be still up there. Just go. But she said it. Now, it's a lie. She told it. Just is what it is. But no, I don't think she was. But so Toni Braxton was selling or auctioning her belongings in order to clear some of her debt. Now, she made a comment, and she basically said, well, I even have to get the permissions from the Grammys in order for me to auction them out, because, I really don't own them either. They belong to the Grammys. I just can't do what I want to do with them like that. So you mean to tell me you want me to go back and forth about whether or not this diva of all diva, the bosses of all bosses, care about an award that at the end of the day doesn't belong to her? But since you want to go down that road and make this an issue, Well, I guess we're just going to have to make it an issue. And if you haven't figured out where I'm going or whose side I'm on Diana Ross's side, meaning that is it a shame that she does not have a Grammy nomination in a major category? And I guess when we're talking about a major category, I guess we're talking about a song or an album that she's won for her work. I know what you're about to say. Well, she has received 2 Lifetime Achievement Awards from the Grammys regarding her body of work, right? Like her overall career in it and of itself. One as an individual artist, and then she has received one as a solo artist. But now, how should we feel about that? You tell me. I mean, that's what I said. I'm looking for a dialogue. You tell me. Like, how should we feel about this? Should we just shrug our shoulders and say, okay, it's about time? Should we just go and say to ourselves, well, thanks for nothing? Or should we go and, I don't know, just look at it like, okay, you finally recognized her, and so thank you. It's kind of like, excuse, I don't mean it this way. Give a dog a bone, like it's fine. Here you go. Now, for someone who has not followed Diana Ross's career, and what I mean by that, I haven't been like follow her career like I do other artists. You know, well, I'm always like, oh, I see them on the magazine, I'm reading the interview, or I see, or I go to their concerts, you know, and you know, see them perform there, or I buy all their music. You see what I'm saying? Like, I haven't did that with Diana Ross, even though I like her music, especially when whatever single she has released. For the most part, you know, I like her like that, definitely. So the songs that she's released in, especially like in the 80s, I like Upside Down, I'm Coming Out, Muscles, Mirror, Dirty Looks, Working Overtime. Oh my gosh. Like, but you kind of get where I'm going, like, and these are actual singles that she released off of these albums. Take Me Higher. But we're talking about a Grammy nomination. Now, for me personally, I thought if she should ever have been nominated for a Grammy, this is just me, it would have been, and why? Like, of all the songs she's ever recorded in her career, the one I thought she should have won a Grammy for would be Missing You. Missing You, you know, the song that is a tribute to Marvin Gaye's passing, Missing You. I was like, wow, like this lady paid tribute to another iconic artist. Okay, Motown artist, but still iconic Motown artist. And that wasn't worthy of a Grammy nomination. Oh, I guess we was too busy about trying to figure out about Marvin Gaye's career in its decline, I guess, to say, well, okay, so and so, so and so. See. But quiet as it kept. I mean, according to Faith Evans, you know, P. Diddy was banging down her door when Notorious B.I.G. passed, allegedly, when, you know, she's grieving and he's busy trying to get her to record this tribute song so he can get the Grammy nomination. Quiet as it. That's what they say. That's what she said. Talking about Faith. Did they get a Grammy for that, by the way? But we want to talk about Diana Ross and the fact that she is snubbed in another category. Like, some of you want her career. I mean, quiet as a kept. I'm just saying. Some of y'all have patterned y'all career after her. And you still can't live up to it. But she can't sing. Let y'all tell it. That's what y'all say. I think she can. I really and truly think Diana Ross is a great singer. I like her voice. I love it. I really and truly think that she can sing. You know what the issue is? It just depends on who's producing her. And if we are to go with the Dreamgirls movie, so on and so forth, you know, then it's kind of like, okay, we need her to sound like this. We're producing it this way so we can make her marketable. But if you follow Diana Ross's career, since you want to talk about her career, if you follow Diana Ross's career, you really and truly listen to her music, her articulation, I guess you can say, of Baby Love, and her articulation, I guess you could say, of Missing You or Endless Love, two different vocal styles. So you mean to tell me after listening to Missing You, you're going to say, oh, she can't sing? Is that what you're going to say? Pathetic. But I understand. We are in a complicated situation when it comes to Diana Ross. We're in a complicated situation because we're looking at Diana Ross's career and we're saying, well, she has definitely ruffled a few feathers throughout her career with her alleged involvement with Berry Gordy. So what's she allegedly banging the boss? I'm sorry, I just being silly, y'all, but you know what I'm saying. So what she is. If you was doing it, you'll get those same perks too. If you're sitting back pillow talking. I don't know, you know, I really want to do it. I know, but they're on tour. But yeah, I want to do that too. Oh, well, do you understand where I'm going? How many of you out there, I'm just saying, male or female, don't trip. It's just that y'all don't know her. You probably done the same thing too. It's just that you know me, but I don't know you. Well, if you were sleeping with the boss, you did the same thing too. Don't trip. Oh, Lord, y'all make me tired. I'm gonna put her down because, you know, she allegedly got you kicked off the stage. I mean, off the tour. I'm just saying, you know who I'm talking about allegedly. Well, it ain't no secret. I mean, it's over here. It's fun. It's just we've been having fun because y'all know I love Gladys Knight. But you know, Gladys Knight, the one who said that, you know, they told her. Gladys Knight, she said in a heartbeat. Gladys Knight said this one got kicked off the tour. Said, well, y'all just come on home. Like, why y'all, you know, if you were sleeping with Barry, you probably did the same thing too. It's your career. It's career moves. Oh. Mm-hmm. Oh gosh, it's hilarious. I'm so sorry. I hope y'all find that part funny because I promise you I wasn't trying, but it's just funny. You know, so what, she ruffled a few feathers. From my understanding, allegedly, there was a whole lot going on over there in Motown. You know, they were kids. There was a whole lot going on over there. But anyway, I'm sorry. Hold on, man. We're cheering. So we understand that. But let's look at this before I get too sidetracked. But let's look at this. Because we're going back to the Grammys. And then we're talking about Diana Ross's career. Like, we're talking about her entire career. I know To me, the Lifetime Achievement Award doesn't count in any situation. Like if I'm a recording artist and I have contributed majorly, like I'm competing against the Beatles, and I don't have a Grammy, how dare you? How dare you? Now I'm serious. How dare you? Everybody, anybody. How dare you? We're talking about an African American or a Black woman who probably, excuse me, gone through the same things you've gone through. All of y'all was going through the back door to perform in front of white audiences who didn't want you there. Competing with the Beatles. Serious business. Everybody has their own pruning, if you will, that needs to be done from a personal standpoint. You know what I'm saying? From a spiritual standpoint. I mean, we all have our crosses to bear, is where I'm getting at. So, however she treated you, it's just what it is on that end. You see what I'm saying? I'm talking about careers. I'm talking about the career. Ooh, which I think I'm going to talk about something in the next video that relates to her. Child. So there she is. And we're talking about Diana Ross and the Supremes. We're talking about Diana Ross. Do you know that the majority of her nominations were in the 70s? Did you look at that? At the time in her career where it was serious business, like she was definitely knocking down a lot of doors. So the fact that she's nominated at all. Now I have to go back and look and see exactly who she's up against in each of these categories and what song it was, so on and so forth. But it's in the 70s. I mean, we're talking about the civil rights movement of the 60s. And just because, you know, things are being integrated in the 70s have come into place, don't think that people still don't have the same thoughts about people and where they should be and need to be. Oh, don't try me on that one. So again, I say, I thought it should have been Missing You. But yet, I guess I'm talking about the single that she should, because here you have a lady, an iconic individual in America and abroad, paying tribute to another iconic figure in America and abroad. But as I said, I guess, you know, it wasn't worthy enough for a Grammy because, you know, of what was happening to Marvin Gaye at the time, you know, and so I guess people were saying, oh no, too tainted. But had it been your person, you would want to pay tribute to that individual. And as I said, you know, I know, but you have someone like P. Diddy, allegedly, according to Faith Evans, allegedly. is knocking down her door while she's grieving because she lost her husband to violence, saying we need to get in here and record this record because this is my opportunity at a Grammy Award. That Tony Braxton exposed that, well, you give it to me, but it ain't necessarily like it really mine. Because it belongs to the Grammys. So let's look and see. So in 1965, we have Baby Love, right? Diana Ross and the Supremes are nominated for Baby Love. The Diana Ross and Supremes are nominated for Stop in the Name of Love. In 1971, Diana Ross is nominated for Ain't No Mountain High Enough. Then she's nominated in 72 for Call Me, 74 for Touch Me in the Morning, 77 for Love Hangover. Then she's nominated in 79 for Ease on Down the Road. She's nominated in 81 for Upside Down. She's nominated in 82 for Endless Love. And then she's nominated in 83 for Muscles. You mean to tell me, and I'm just talking out loud now, Endless Love. You have Lionel Richie. And Diana Ross, two iconic individuals, duet together. Can't get a Grammy win. Don't have enough clout for a Grammy win. It says nothing about Diana Ross. I think we want to say that. It says a lot about people just respecting the boss, respecting the diva, respecting what she brought to the table, what the Supremes brought to the table. Oh, I know what you're going to say. Well, when they first started out, they didn't have any hits, and well, they took them a while to get it together, and once they got it together, the hits came, and then they went all over the place, and they went, save it. That's my point. They got there. Who doesn't have that part of their career where they're pretty much trying to figure out, what works and what doesn't work on them. I'm just saying. It's just me. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And so you reward her for her work. Well, what did she do? You give her the Lifetime Achievement Award. What did she do? What I missed it, so I don't know how they, put the show together. And what they said was her accomplishments. And they gave her the award. But what did she do? I don't know. Just tell me what you think. This is a perfect time. You know, over here when I get that pause in, that's the time that you can start typing. You ain't got to hit the button. I haven't lost track. That's when you can get that. That's your time to get it in. Get to clicking. You know, give you an opportunity to get your thoughts together. When I pause over here, how about that? I'm just saying. Woo. Well, I guess on that note, I'm going to call it a day on the boss. She's the boss of all bosses. She's the diva of all divas. I understand. I really, truly understand. I do. Trust me. And what I'm saying is I understand probably whatever tactics she used, whatever, you know. By the way, which she and some other people have said, you know what, they amended and they put that behind them and, you know, they apologize, say, hey, you know, I was young and immature at that time. You know, they set those things aside. So maybe on a personal note, maybe in which she handled the business as the boss, maybe brought about the fact that she didn't earn that Grammy, allegedly. Maybe. Just saying. But anyway, tell me what you think, you know, over here, you know. I thank you for tuning in. I really and truly do. We're putting our behind where our hearts desires to be. Whether if they give you awards or not, put your behind there. Whether or not they choose to recognize you in your greatness, still put your behind where your heart desires to be. See, that's what we're about over here. Do that. Love yourself. You know, forgive yourself. Yeah. And also remember, whenever I leave my mother's presence, she always says to me, she says, baby, remember, I love you, but God loves you best. And on that note, I'll see you next video. I'm sure I will. I've enjoyed myself. You know, you got to a little seriousness, then a little fun, you know, just how we do it. You know, like Tina Turner over here. We never, ever do anything easy. All right, you guys. You all take care of yourselves out there. See you next video.